Hi friends, my name is Sushil and I'm back with another video about financial investments. And yes, today we'll be talking about Islamic investment, which is based on the Sharia law. And this has been one of the video that has been requested by many of my followers. And I hope this will be helpful for our Muslim brothers and sisters so that they can start with their equity-based investments, either in the stock or in the mutual funds. So without much delay, let's get started with today's discussion. So investment is a very common topic that you all would be very much aware about. But if you are following Islam, then you should have heard about a term called Sharia law and Sharia law based investment. Okay, so what is a Sharia compliant stocks or what is a Sharia compliant fund is what we're going to discuss in this particular video. And we'll also suggest towards the end of the video a set of stocks that can be utilized for doing the SIP. And also people who don't want to enter into the stock marketing, they can also choose a set of mutual funds that is available in the stock market for their Sharia based law investment. Okay. So these are stocks or investment funds that work along with the lines of Sharia law and regulations stipulated by the Sharia scholars. Okay, so what is Sharia? So Sharia is based on Quran, which is a sacred text of Islam, and it governs all aspects of personal and collective life of Muslims. Okay, so the most distinctive element of Islamic finance is the prohibition of interest, whether nominal or excessive. Okay, so it doesn't matter whether it's a small or big, and also it doesn't mention about whether it's a compound, fixed, or floating. So any kind of interest, it's prohibited. Okay, so to comply with Sharia, investment must not involve interest. Okay, so the term that they use is riba. Okay, when a Sharia investment, okay, so when a Sharia compliant investment receives a company dividend, okay, so we are suppose think about the situation where people are investing in companies or big corporation companies which have so many subsidiaries. So if a person is investing in such big corporations or big companies, the small subsidiaries might generate dividends, right? So such dividends, what they do is like they purify that dividends by giving those amount as charity. Okay, so it's not always that company you can't adopt, you cannot invest in a company which provides dividends. So you can invest in a company which is within the Sharia law compliance, but any of the subsidiaries, if they are providing dividend, then that can be purified by giving that amount as a charity. So how do we screen this Sharia law based investments? We have two kinds of processes that is involved. One is a sector based screening, and another one is a accounting based screening. Okay, so in a sector based screening, so as per the Sharia law, they have mentioned that there are certain sectors in which if the company is getting investment or getting invested, or if the company is operating in that particular sector, then those companies are not suitable for investment. Okay, so one of them is alcohol, then second one is tobacco, then we have financial services, and then we have pornography, then weapons, pork, gambling, or then we have leisure or media. Okay, so these are sectors which is screened out to make sure that these are not coming under the Sharia law based investment sectors. Okay. Second one is the accounting based screening. So here what it says is like there are 3 points which they talk about mainly. So all these 3 points should be less than 33%. Okay, so first one is the total debt. Okay, total debt to the market capitalization should be below 33%. Cash and interest bearing securities against the market capitalization should be below 33%, and account receivable trailing market capitalization should be below 33%. All these 3 criteria should be below 33%. And if any company which is under the sector which is compliant to Sharia law, and if these three categories are met, then this particular company is under Sharia law and you can do the investment. Okay, that's what is understood. Okay, so based in Sharia law, from our Sensex and Nifty, they have 2 index that is being available. So one is S&P BSE 500 Sharia Index, and next one is a Nifty Sharia Index. So these are the two Sharia index. Like we have Nifty 50, and similar to that we have Nifty IT, Nifty Metal, and so many sector-based sector-based index. Similarly, we have Sharia-based index also, which contains companies which is compliant with Sharia law. Okay, so this is one of the helpful information that can help people to understand which are the companies which is coming under the Sharia law investments. Okay, so this is a rough understanding about how the Sharia law-based investment is defined. Now I'll just talk about two mutual funds that is based on Sharia law, and also one index-based ETF that is also based on the Sharia law index, which can be helpful for the people to invest in. Okay, so the first fund that I'm going to introduce here is a Tata Ethical Fund. Okay, so don't go for the regular one. I'm just giving as an example. So first one is a Tata Ethical Fund, and the past 1 year return has been 14%. Okay, and all the funds in Sharia based index is high risk, because based on the screening we have to remove so many companies, and this becomes more kind of a thematic fund, and all thematic fund are identified as high risk funds. Okay, so this fund was started in 1996, and fund size is 599 crores. And if you look at that percentage of returns in one it's 14%. And based companies that it does get involved is sector wise. If we see, it has 9% in engineering, then we have 9% in energy, technology has 31%, healthcare 11%, FMCG 11, chemical and 12%. Okay, so top holdings include Infosys, Tata Consultancy, Hindustan Unilever, and these are the top 10 holdings of this particular fund. Okay, next fund is going to be the Taurus Ethical Fund Direct Growth. So past 1 year this has provided 20% returns. Okay, so from the return perspective, it is a very good return, but it is having a very less fund size. Okay, so maybe it's a very new one, so that's why. And it has provided at least 20% returns in past 1 year. Okay, so this is another fund, and here also they have this particular top holdings here. So you can see the almost it's the same here companies which they are following, because they are taking the same companies from the Sharia index, so it's almost the same. Okay. Next one is the Nippon Sharia Based ETF, which is from the Nippon AMC, and this is a ETF, and this is traded through Demat. Okay, so current NAV is around 302, and the past 1 year returns has been 21%, almost 21% returns has provided in the past 1 year. Okay, so since it is trading in the Sharia index, it covers all the stocks that is available in the Sharia index 50. Okay, Nifty 50. So for people who don't want to enter into the stock marketing, what they can do is, like, instead of putting in single share or any specific equity shares, what they can do is, like, they can choose to invest in this particular Nippon Sharia Bs, which is available in the Demat format in ETF, and they can do monthly SIP in this particular Sharia base. If they don't want to do analysis of the companies, or they don't want to keep tracking the company's performance, so they can just come to Demat account, and they can just search for Sharia base, and they can start doing the SIP, okay, on a regular basis. So these are the three ways of investment, that is a Tata Ethical Fund, Taurus Ethical Fund, and Nippon Sharia base. So I have filtered out a few of the stocks that I thought like would be worth doing SIP on a monthly basis, and which can be held for a very good long time, which can provide a very good returns. Okay, so the stocks that I listed out here are based on sector wise. So from the IT, I've selected Tata Consultancy Services or Infosys. So you can select either one of them. Then from the paint, we have selected Asian Paints. From the medical field, we have selected Cypher. And from the internet-based sector, we have selected InfoEdge or the Naukri, which is a very good company going ahead because of the digitization. From the chemical sector, we have selected Atul Limited. From the FMCG, we have selected Tata Consumer Products, which is a mid-cap company and which has a very good growth potential in the future. From the agrochemical, we have selected Rallies India. That is because of the agriculture theme, which is very much important for our India's growth. So we bet on Rallies India. From the IT itself, but it's not a pure IT, but it's a kind of a more kind of a AI and other stuff. So we have selected Tata Elxsi, so which is a very good IT-based company. Okay. Then from the research field, we have selected Syngene International, which is a subsidiary of Biocon. So we bet on Syngene International, okay, so which is more into the research and development. So these are the companies that I would say like is worth doing SIP on a monthly basis and can provide a very good returns for you over a period of time. So do let me know in case if you have any doubts regarding the Sharia-based investments. And I'm ending my video for today. And I hope I'll be able to get some comments from you all. And please do share this video and subscribe to my channel. And thank you so much and happy investing.